portrait. It would be nice if we had it reflecting from the other side. Have a whole reflection. Sorry, Trigger. I'm not allergic to you. It's not afternoon sneeze. I think these are the bulls that have joined the family group that are around. That was very nice. I think the rest of them have moved deeper in with the wildebeest. No more alarm calls our way. Coming on. Well, I can't talk up. I can't talk up because there's a limit to how loud I can talk, so the volume's got to go up.
Yeah, that...
Yeah, no, Brian, no, I'm just saying that for the benefit of the...
I know, you're picking up the echo.
Oh. I'm just saying for the benefit of the viewers that we're aware that the sound is bad, but I can't... Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Well, that shows that the mic's working, but it's not picking up my voice properly.
I think that's better. Very loud.
Okay, now it's going to maybe be very loud. So we do a sound check again. And my elephants haven't come back yet. Sorry, this is male, female, and calf, and then the bachelor group is around. Look at him. No. It is not. I switched it off. I heard something going ding. No, my phone's off. Hello, little boy. You've got a few ticks on you.
Yeah, we've got it.
Two here, 4 there, 5 there. composition. So three females here. That's a young bull. I think this big bull. Yeah, he's big, eh? Hey, look at him next to that young female. Also now eating on this buffalo thorn. Oh. It looked like quite fresh leaves on that buffalo thorn. They are strange. And she's an adult female and he was dwarfing her. So they would do something behind our back. So that was the little one that was drinking on the other side. And look at this one pattern. Completely different. Oh, yes. Really had an advantage there. Could have lifted him up. This is the best sounder. If you get his foot shuffling and blows and keeps your mind down. Put him on the wrist. Oh, one stuck. Oh.
It's gonna have a sore neck tomorrow.
Probably be a few bruises. Kind of like when our kids come back from soccer matches and rugby matches. We're all kind of growing up. Kind of like this, but it was a rock. I think. boys. Bring it out of the bushes. Bring it back to the road. Don't bring your necks up there. When in doubt, eat. Lots of green wood up there in the distance. Let's not turn the camera anymore. I thought you were buzzing me. Difference in the colors and the patterns of the two that we're playing. Quite a vast difference just in one species of giraffe, and the different species of giraffe don't really vary that much. There's some down here that exhibit very similar patterns to the Maasai giraffe up north. This is a big giraffe. He's a monster. I think he's that one that I said one day was the basketball player of giraffe. Whatever picture that conjures up. Yeah. Just intimidating that youngster. Well, because it's a young female, maybe she needs to. Well, that might be what brings these boys around this family group. Okay, bye-bye, giraffe. Our elephants are here, are still up north. They still haven't come further south from where they were near Royal Malawan, and so because they are there, we can't see them, sadly. Tomorrow, perhaps. Being Sunday, see if there's signs of a cat that come out of wherever it was. What? Oh, they tickle. Gee, well done, Becky. Both would tickle. A little further away from the dam. Extremely well camouflaged. Yeah. Sun going gone. Oh, I needed to find some dung. I need to go over to that dung on the other side of the river. Yes, that's what we need to do. We need to go and inspect that dam on the other side of the river. Hyena calling at this time of day. It's like that night. most beautiful scarab. And hang on a second, please, Ryan. Anyways, this scarab is in Ohio, I think. Giraffes vocalize in any way? Yes, they do. They do have a rudimentary voice box, but one doesn't ever hear them. You hear them snorting and grunting sometimes. For a long time it was believed that they were mute. Yeah. That's a pretty girl. Okay, where's the sun? The deep sunlight. How you can smell it, I know. Okay, have you seen her here? No.
No.
Then there's no sun. That's better. I don't for a minute expect her to roll a ball, but perhaps she'll just burrow into it. She's trying to do that already. The male has these incredible trident horns. You don't find it in the book. So now my conscience is clean. I found a dung beetle that was going to die in purgatory, and now I've given her her own burial. She's going to die happy in a pile of dung. Can't remember. Outside the reserve, gonna get squashed by a car. That's to this guy in the courtyard. Service monkey. There we go. Oh, she's buried in this. And that's fresh enough done from this morning. Foreign animal, I don't know what it is. So, for my next trick, let's see if there's a lioness here. And then we go look for a lion, and then we go back look for a leopard. And what we see, the thing is, look at this. There are hominid footprints here. So if there was a lion sleeping here, it's not going to be sleeping here anymore, because the hominids would have chased it away. Buffalo. The vultures come and talk to you. You told them you were just taking a nap. This is one of the bulls that comes into camp. I'm sure. The way the tracks work. Okay, we're going to leave this old man dozing off. Mile. Where are you? Where have you been? You haven't been following me tracking. That's okay. I hope he doesn't go. Oh, okay. Sadly, with this kind of light, we're not going to see him from the west. Hiding behind a clump of grass in the middle of the sand. Yeah, he's just the bottom of camp. We've had 4 cats. In the last 6 hours we had 4 cats within 100, 200 meters of camp. you? Too many reeds in the way. Hunger done. Number one. Hello, Boyki. Us again. You know Becky and I. We've been with you. Is it good?
Yeah.
Pardon?
Just
Yeah, as long as you got move these. If you don't mind, little boy. Little clearly. Yeah. Well, he's going to move maybe because the sun's going down. The closest we've had line to camp. Something we need to keep in mind of when we're walking around tonight, actually. I guess since we haven't been going up to look for him, he's come looking for us. Yeah.
that weed is just there.
That one.
Yes.
That's called manipulating the shot. He's gonna get cross with me because he can see my arm. I have to call it in. They're all busy with the other male lion anyway. Nobody's going to come down on these roads. I'll just let them know. Stations Wamanda Dangala and Timbavati just east of the river lodge. Have to committed to the young Madonna from Black Dam Pride. Yeah, firm. He's lying on the sand. Yeah, he was at Long One Dam this morning. I followed his tracks from Long One Dam. Yeah, you're welcome, Gary. Yeah, firm. He's between those two crossings, just east of River Lodge. Thanks, Becky. Nice to. I know, I didn't want to call it in, but only Giraffes will come. But it's unfortunately, especially since we live, not something we can hide. The fact is we're going to mention it on Facebook page. The guys would be highly upset with me if I didn't. It's unethical. Welcome to Africa, everybody. Lovely Sunday afternoon. Here we are, a big male lion. Sitting in a riverbed. Sat in the riverbed. He's still sitting there.
No, we are sat.
No, we're sitting.
No, we're sat.
We sat this morning with him. Sat. Same argument I used to have with Tara. You English types. Does the Queen say sat?
No, you're boring him. You're supposed to sleep.
That's my voice. Lulls people to sleep. why there are more people on the afternoon drive, because I put everybody to sleep on the morning drive. But word is that there is a big male visiting with one of the females up of the Black Dam Pride, which makes
Again.
which is why he's decided to take a sojourn down south. Just heard on the radio now, he's Land Cruiser crossing. Big male. Ryan, which male is that? Okay, copy, thanks. The Makuluma daughter from the north. Big male. So it's similar. It seems to be this is the pattern that seems to be developing. In fact, the very first time we had lion on drive, we had just lost signal. In fact, actually, I don't think we even had signal that morning. We were battling to get signal. That it was the only other time lion were this far south, and there were two big males up and down the fence line where we crossed the river, and we initially started following the one big male with the black mane, who I think is the same one they're talking about. And this little boy ended up behind us on the fence line, staying about a kilometer away. That was the first time. The second time was just after the wildebeest kill, when we found him the next morning, and we followed him for about 3 days nearly, calling, and the pride weren't answering, but that's because that male was with the pride for a while. It would be amazing to go to sleep to the sound of lion. Recently he went back. He was with them for the giraffe kill, wasn't he, Becky? He was present for the giraffe kill they had in the north a few days ago, just before we decided we needed a break. And now, once again, it looks like the bigger males come into town, and he's hiding out. Got his head in the sand, he's hiding out, head behind a clump of bushes, and who knows what will happen. Go and join the females again when the big male moves back north. Then there were tracks this morning of a female coming in from the east. She must have come down the fence line from Neleti. We don't know who she is, whether she is maybe one of the pride. She might be his sister even, because she came walking down Neleti Road from an area where the pride tends to hang out. And the only lion that were found today was a female and a male. None of the younger females were found, so it could be her. Could be the young female that's supposedly a random young female that's just found her way into Thornybush. Only time will tell, because unless we see these children, we don't really know what they're up to. All a lot of guesswork, mostly, until we see them doing things. What did he just see? I was going to say, because we also, this is where Brian saw the leopard the other day. Female leopard on the Boca Link. It would be nice if we could get in from the other side, but then he might disappear into these reeds. Shall we try and move position so he don't have his head headed? The light's getting a bit softer. I'm going to try and move forward so that I can get his line, almost his line of sight. See what it is that he's looking at. Without falling off the edge. See what I want to pick? I want to use this gap here. Boom. Pretty close to the edge. If we fall over the edge, it's going to tip us right into it. Ow. There's it here. Should we come in facing that one? Driving. Okay, while I'm repositioning, I'll take a question. Thank you. Hello Linda, Texas. Asking if I think the lion is hiding out. I've actually just been speaking about it. I'm not sure if that came through. I hope that came through. I know if I go a little bit slow, let's just watch the back wheel around over the edge there. And that should be good for the camera. Maybe that email came through before I was talking about what did he just do? Grin. So Linda, I hope I answered that question, just what I was talking about now. Hiding out, yes, in some ways, but he doesn't have to hide out. He just has to move to a different area, far enough away. There's no way of knowing what the other male would do. There's absolutely no way of knowing what is going to happen or what they are thinking, but it would appear, having now seen this for the third time now, that when that other male from the north appears, he takes off on his own, and it just happens to be just after a kill. The last time it was after a wildebeest kill. This time it's a giraffe kill, and with his head behind the grasses, I was only kidding that he was hiding, head in the sand. What he is, he's hiding from the sun. He spent the afternoon there probably, he's had good shade. So, yes, he's hiding away from, in a way, from the big male, but not in the sense that is why his head is behind a clump of grass. Cause mostly that is because that's where the shade is right now. And then again, this is my interpretation of things. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, well, I don't know. There's just no way of knowing what really is going on until there's no until even. You just got to keep watching, and that's the beauty of it, of living here, spending time here, and being out here every day. Is that maybe if we're lucky, we get to find them, and we get to keep up with their lives, and we watch as their lives unfold, because actually it'd be pretty boring if we knew what was going to happen, if we knew everything that we saw, if we knew for certain that he was hiding. And so the whole beauty of nature and living it as wild as they are to some degree is that we don't know what the next day can bring, and it's only by trying to find them and watch them every day that we get even a remote idea of of where their lives are headed and what they're doing. I like him too, actually. I like him a lot. I kind of identify with him. Now Dev is asking if I think, hang on. Just listening to the radio. Okay. Now Dev is asking, so now I've forgotten. See, I was listening to the radio and they were talking about the other lion, so my brain changed gear. What did Nadav ask? Whether a female will find it, whether that's what it was. It's possible, and it's not. It's possible, Nadav. Yes, could be. There were tracks from a female that we found this morning, and it seems to be in this area. Sorry, the radio again. Just to keep track of the radio every now and then, because I am expecting game drives to respond. This is after all their game reserve. But no doubt there appears to be a young female in the area. We don't know if she's... Hang on. Linda, no, I don't think he's wounded and hiding out. Sorry, I didn't get that one. The gist of that question. But no, Linda, I don't think he's wounded and hiding out. I think he's just having some alone time on the sandy bank on the Timbavati River, as lions I want to do when they're that age. Out of the way of a big male that might not appreciate their presence when he's courting sister and mothers.
Don't you get pissed off when that other male comes down? Because even though...
Probably because he can hear him. Probably because he's roaring and he's probably making his way closer, and this one possibly hears him coming and just decides to move off, and it's the sound of that other one that moves him. I don't know. The first time we found him was when he got that cut on his lip, because that was quite new, and they had sort of had an interaction. But also the females had chased the other big male off as well. So it's very confusing, and sadly we don't see them enough to be able to answer all these questions. I have no idea whether the female's tracks, whose tracks I found today with her, were one of his sisters, or whether it was a supposed young nomadic female that's come into the area. There has been evidence of a young female moving around. I found her tracks twice, maybe 3 times now. But I can't tell if it's maybe one of his sisters or if it's maybe another female. We don't see them often enough. It could be that she ran away because she heard the big male coming and he's come down looking for her. Because she came from the north, she moved east, and then she came south along the fence line and then started going west. He came from the north, he came south along one of the other boundaries, in fact southeast. And then now he's come east, so he's almost, the way he's travelled is to intercept her. And the tracks that I just found now, on top of my tracks from this morning, show me that he actually went a little bit further to the east and he's turned around and come back this way. And he hasn't been lying there for very long. He hasn't been there for very long at all. What can we hear? We've heard something else again now. You see, the other thing is that since there haven't been any lion in this area for quite some time now, it's quite possible that the animals have gotten a little bit, what's the word? Blasé. I'm trying to think of the word. A good word for, better word than blasé. Complacent, perhaps. In that since there haven't been any large predators, things like the nyala and the zebra and the wildebeest have been pretty relaxed. And this is a little avenue where there are a lot of animals moving through, nyala and bushbuck. So while he might find it opportunistic to hunt, the fact is that the word will get out very, very quickly. If he is seen and somebody gives off an alarm call, well, he might as well go back to the north and face other males, because he's certainly not going to get anything to eat here, because everybody's going to suddenly get the word out that there's a lion in the area. And it's no longer just looking for the leopard, it's looking for a young male lion. So just see if we move a little bit. I'm dead in the water. I've just blown a major fuse. Yeah, I've got no ignition, I've got nothing. Pardon? Yeah. I've just blown the fuse. No, my ignition is dead. I'm dead in the water. I would move for you, but I've just heard a fuse go. No. Over my dead body will a Land Cruiser pull a Land Rover. Good afternoon. I'll find the fuse. It's kind of difficult because I was in Ingwe here the other day and I tried to get in from there. Might get in from that side. There was a female that came down near Leti, and then I think she came down the fence line, and then I saw her tracks this morning at Aldeeda Pad. Him I found on Mangwa, but between this morning and this afternoon he's made his way east and now come back here. I don't know if he's looking for her, but one of his sisters.
We're actually live broadcasting at the moment.
Okay, I'm alive again. I'm alive. Alive again. Let me move. You want to move in here? Also had young Maduro Ingwe encamped at 2 o'clock. Yeah. I just heard monkeys, found his tracks towards the gate. I was hoping to go there now, but I wanted to see if he's going to move. Darren, who was that last one from? Donna in Florida. Wanting to know if it was a young sister, would he mate with a... I don't know, it probably wouldn't happen. There are other things that would probably make it that even if there was a successful mating, it probably wouldn't survive. But it's not likely to happen. Could try and get in there from that side. It'd be a nice view from the front. Late afternoon light. Mind if I'm going to go around that side. Giraffes is awesome. My driving leaves a lot to be desired. Linda was saying something about an injury. I'm not seeing anything. Not seeing any fresh scratches or anything. Hello, Ellen. Decatur, Illinois. Ellen is saying she knows that the range of the call can travel, actually, Ellen, 2 to 3 miles and understatement. I don't know if it's ever been recorded, the distance that they can hear. I would imagine that they have far more acute hearing than us, and that if we can hear a call at 5 miles, then Lion can probably hear it at 10. So I would imagine that because there it's you're hearing slightly different matter entirely. I don't know how one would measure that. I don't know how one would be able to measure that. Could actually reverse into the riverbed. Once it drives down. So, it's quite a difficult question to answer, I guess. Yeah, beautiful light on it. You're going to get up now. You're going to yawn a couple of times and then you're going to get up. There we go. First one coming. Open wide. Okay. One more. He's going to get up and he's going to walk now, any minute. What, he's looking at me as though, what, you're trying to predict my actions, are you? Gonna come one more yawn? This is not yawning. This is waking up the brain. This is getting oxygen into the brain, getting oxygen into the muscles, because it's time to stand up and wet the ground and carry on doing what the lion does. Beautiful. I wish I had a clear shot for my camera. Not too bad. That's number 2. And the awkward sitting in angle, and there's number 3. And get up. Can I say I told you so? And of course then comes the toileting. And sometimes cats are predictable, everyone. Sometimes it just works. That you can read their minds, you know. It's not really great to take a photograph of them taking a dump, but he's only having a he's gonna lie in the sun now. He will. I'll just come back that side. What's the law about being in the riverbed here? Sorry. wanted to spend the rest of the afternoon. How often do we get a chance to do this? Sunday afternoon, beautiful sunset, the temperatures are just perfect, and we've got a full moon rising very soon. Beautiful sunset behind us up the river of the Thornybush River, and the male lion is trying to catch the last rays of the sun. This time I can't move the reed in front of his face, Becky. Last time I can't reach. There's a chasm here. The Netherlands. Hello, Satyan and Simone. The Netherlands. I'm glad you're enjoying this afternoon with us. Netherlands, you can't be much behind time from us. I think you're probably maybe an hour or so, but it's probably mid-afternoon for you because you probably had sunset at 10 o'clock. Something strange like that. But sunsetting for us, and we're almost on the same time zone. Glad to have you enjoying it. I'm sure maybe Marjo's with us. Sure, maybe RC is also in the Netherlands, also with us. Suzanne might be in the Netherlands. Anyone I missed in the Netherlands? Do let us know. How about, I don't know, is there anyone in no, think of a country. Israel. Antarctica. Do they get internet there? On the bottom of the world. Everything falls off the earth. There's also moments like these, sometimes when you sit with a cat like this and he's sitting in a bowl, the world doesn't really know he's here yet. Well, so far there haven't been any primates to come and give his game away. And it's moments like this when you, with this little bit of permanent water in the riverbed, there's possibility, and a few game paths too that come down to the spot. Possibility that something might come down, but of course he's not going to be able to catch anything because he's lying on the sand, so anything's going to see him as soon as they get here. He needs to be more concealed if he wants to catch anything. I don't think he's here to ambush anything. He's here because it's a peaceful, soft patch of sand, there's a bit of water. He does look content. Doesn't look like he's worried about a thing. Yeah. So maybe he's realized we his extended family now. except we can't rub chin. I probably wouldn't have a face left. Alright. That he would see it. Hello, Mario. Hard not to pronounce that name, but Mario. Is watching. Recently returned from Africa. Mario was here a couple of weeks ago on safari at Thornybush, and then she went up to see Tara at the Leopard Project. And Mario was saying that where did he get that cut look from, because it looked fresh when she was here a couple of weeks ago. Okay, they listen to now and South Loop. Still not coming this way. No, you just sound normal. Okay, time to put that volume down. Mario, no, that lip wound came from a couple of weeks before you were here. It might have been reopened. He was licking it when you were here. But he got it a day when first time we actually filmed the male lion. One of our first days when we lost signal, we couldn't be live. And we ended up going up the fence line and spending the morning with first that big male that was patrolling up and down. And that's when I learned, or was under the impression that he had come in from the Thornybush. And this one was calling and keeping his distance, also on the fence line. And then eventually he came up the fence line. There was a moment when the two males were almost together. They must have actually made contact, because then we saw him drinking at one of the pans. Some of the photographs that I've got. In fact, I'll have a look for that, Marjo. Have a look on our Thornybush Private Nature Reserve site on Facebook. And we go back to a few weeks ago when I posted that. I think I've got one of him drinking. That was the day that he got that cut on his lip. I'll have a look at that tonight on my computer, because the photograph will have that date stamp on it. Now we might be signing off a little bit late this afternoon, because I want to, even though it might be dark, and even though it's not great because the camera doesn't do very well, if we can, when that moon is rising, I want to say goodbye to you all with that moon rise, because I'm sure there are a lot of people, I know there are a lot of people, there's some people out there that are dying to see this moon from Africa on the 23rd day of June 2013. 2013, can you believe it? 1976, only last year. Yeah. Yes. This Marjo will also know this. Sorry, who's that from, please? Vivian in Chicago. 2 weeks, what, and 3 days? Gosh, my memory. The reason why I can't remember things is because I'm trying to concentrate on the question. what it is he wants me to tell you. But Vivian was saying it was a couple of weeks ago when we first saw him, but that was when you first saw him, not when I first saw him, or we did. But Vivian is asking, could he be settling down and making this his territory? No, it doesn't appear so, Vivian. It's what I thought maybe a couple of weeks ago. I jumped the gun a little bit, or I jumped to conclusions a little bit. And he rejoined the pride, and he's had a giraffe with them. So, no, I don't think that's the case. I think what it is that since there isn't a dominant male in this pride, that other male is coming down here, and maybe that's why there isn't a dominant male, because maybe this is still his pride, and maybe because he should have left home a long time ago, and who knows, maybe it's his father, and his father's coming down here and he doesn't want to be seen still living with mom, so he goes and heads off to another part of the territory while dad's around, or while that big male is around. I think it could be even dad. I don't know. We don't know these things. But I have no doubt that once that big male moves back up to the north and leaves this part of the pride alone, he'll go back to mom and his sisters, and he might still hang around for a while. There's no way of knowing. It could be tomorrow that he leaves, it could be next year. We don't know these things. That's why we want to watch. And unfortunately, I don't know, if we're not going to be here, we'll have to try and keep up with some of the Thornybush guys and keep track of what's going on through them. But for this time period that we are here doing the live drive, this is the dynamic. He's not likely to set up territory so close to his own pride territory. He needs to become nomadic. He needs to actually move on. He needs to get out of this game reserve and go and find some group of lion in the Timbavati or something, or even go further east, become nomadic for 3 years. He's got a long way to go. He's too young to set up a territory as well. He's 3 or 4 years old, maybe 4 at the most. Can't set up territory till he's 5 or 6. And being on his own, this is another disadvantage, is that he is on his own, and there are coalitions of lion all over the place, so he's not going to be able to out a coalition of males. His only hope is to find an old man who's got a pride of lion that he's ready to keel over and push up the daisies, and he can easily take over that kind of a pride. But he'll still have to prove himself. Before any of those females fall pregnant, he'll have to prove that he is strong enough and virile enough to maintain a territory. Long enough, at least long enough to sire his own cubs. Because if he proves too incompetent or too immature, the females won't even come into, well, they will come in, they won't even let him cover them. Sometimes with the new male, lionesses come into estrus just to keep the male interested. And then when he's proven that he can do things and he can look after the territory, and he or they, if it's a coalition, they're able to hold their own against other males, then maybe the lionesses will fall pregnant, have cubs. They're not going to have many sets. They're probably only going to have one set of cubs, maybe 2 in the tenureship of a male lion, or a coalition. Lovely pink sky behind us. It would be nice if that other lioness appeared here now somewhere. That's the time that cats might start talking. What's that? I heard a kudu barking in the distance, but he would have heard it too. He would have lifted his head. Maybe it was something on the radio. The radio's making a lot of noise. Heard something again. Is that one head, the flower head of that reed, is that directly in your way? Well, for me it's to the right of his head.
Oh, no.
Goodness. He's magnificent. He really is. He's going to be an incredible young male when he grows up. There's Nyala falling down there. Greetings to the UK, Mr. and Mrs. Tobin. Hello Brian, hello Heather. Nice to hear from you. Great to have you on board as well. And just going to, while I'm talking, I'm just going to put on another layer, and then maybe another layer, and then maybe another layer. While we're looking for the moon, waiting for the moon, I don't know, it might be a little bit to the... No, we should be facing the right direction, unless that Jacoberian bluebeam is going to be in the way. It would be nice if it just happened to rise from downstream. But interesting information from Brian and Heather, saying they watched a documentary about birds or raptors that had predominantly an African theme, and there was a batalier that was aggressive towards all the other birds of prey, including the cheetah, and wanting to know if that's normal behavior. I wouldn't say so, no. I'd say it's particularly obstreperous, particularly bold, and particularly wacko batalier that must have been doing that. I can't say that I've ever seen a batalier being that aggressive. Just one hungry individual that was really determined to get something to eat, perhaps. Or maybe it had learned to intimidate the other birds in such a way that it could continue to do so. It is getting worse. This interference. He's listening to humans now. Yeah. Oh, he's right in the middle of our part of the world if he doesn't walk too far tonight. So he might have some luck in following his tracks tomorrow morning. Oh, hopefully he'll come into camp tonight. Maybe he'll hear us. Maybe he'll smell those pork chops. Kosher pork chops that are on the stove at the moment. Or on the fire. But I'm having chicken. Well, I think it's going to be time to start heading up onto high ground to see this moon. He's not going to be doing anything. Right, let's just give it a minute or two. Here's an interesting question from Amy. Amy with an R. Amy with an R. Surname with an R. Racket. Amy, where are you from? Wanting to know if lions sleep as much as domestic cats. Yes, they do. All cats do. 20 to 24 hours a day. Lions are the most energy conscious creatures on the planet. All about saving energy because Ratajak could be. Look, there's a giant kingfisher. Look at it make a sound. All your birders out there, look at a giant kingfisher fly by. There he goes, calling out. The sound picked that up, you think? Hardly. Giant kingfisher flew downstream, upstream, came from downstream, flew upstream and called. Amy, yes, cats, because, well, domestic cats don't really have to hunt their own food anymore. They just got to nag their staff to feed them. Cats, dogs have owners, cats have staff, and when you're employed by a cat, you just get a cat nagging you to feed it. Because a lot of cats don't really get to burn off their energy, so they also sleep a lot. But these cats out here in the bush, the only way they can burn off energy is by catching their own food, and that uses up a lot of energy. And in the process of hunting, there's only so much energy that they can use, and have to save a fair amount of it so that they can try again, because they're not as successful as everybody might think. They are actually, even lions for that matter, are actually quite poor, not poor hunters, they just don't have very much stamina. And particularly because they have to conserve energy all the time. They can only expend so much energy in a hunt when they have to give up. And that's why they don't have such a high success rate at hunts. There's no use, no good using all your energy and then still missing and then not having anything in reserve, because the only way to replenish energy, of course, is by eating the animal that you catch. So it's for that reason that lions sleep a lot. A lot of people look at them and say that they're lazy cats, but they're not. They can't be lazy. There's no such thing as lazy in the animal kingdom. Even a sloth isn't really lazy. No, just slow. Yes, that's what you are in the morning. You've got to balance your energy needs for the day versus energy input. Okay, moon, cue the moon. Can we have the moon rising now, please? Might be just behind these big trees. And I'm afraid we're going to have to leave this little boy. don't know if it was horns clashing or a tree being pushed over. Okay, sorry. Seems we were interrupted by something, and Toro's question was coming through. Continue, Brian. I think this is my first question of the afternoon that I have to use the word. But hello, Tora, in Charlotte, North Carolina. Wanting to know how the mane grows and will his mane fill out on the back of his neck. Well, sometimes, not sometimes. Generally, it tends to depend on the genetics. Some lions have bigger manes than others. Some areas lion have bigger mane than others. Yes, but definitely. Oh, nicely worn and stretched. It's going to get up against him. Up to move. But Tora, yes, he will. His mane will fill out quite a bit. It's going to come in some water. He's this. It's flowing over there. But yes, it'll be lovely to be able to see this young man over the coming years and see how his mane fills out. And I'm sure the followers of Thornybush and people who do come to the lodges here at Thornybush, I'm sure you possibly might see him. He does have a very distinctive scar on his lip that he'll carry for the rest of his life, as well as there's something about him that, yeah. A lovely young male. It'd be interesting if I ever find him at home. He's about to get up again by the looks of things. He just winked at you, Becky. And now he's drilling you with his eyes. Monkeys shouting up near camp. There's a bit of a glow in the sky. I don't know if that's the moon. That should be coming soon. What are you going to do, young man? Thought you were about to get up. Oh, this radio is really bad today. White noise. That boy. No. So he's softening his eyes while he's looking at me like I'm softening my eyes. put my main on. Oh, here we go. There we go. Thank you. I'm in a little bit of reverberating. I just hear my own voice through the... Check. I can hear myself. There's FC just up there, listen here. Brian. Probably. Oh, sorry, my sound was down. Because I can actually hear the radio from where I'm sitting. It's like a 1 second delay. Into the babblers making their good night sound. Now, if there was a young lioness around here somewhere, she might answer, she might not. She might just go, ooh. One more time, and then we can go home. Bring it to me one more time. There we go. Not quite. Almost got it. Oh! Does it sound good? At least it wasn't much older. Hope the moon's not going to be too late. It was up already this time last time. 40 minutes later means it might be way into darkness.
He's gonna roar once more.
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. Having said it now, maybe he won't. I hope he does. What are you doing?
Trying to just turn over so you can see him as well.
Oh,
You can, right?
I can turn the car.
That's cool.
You just turn the car and turn the GoPro. Wow.
That's pretty awesome.
Wow. That's got such space and such depth that it just baffles the speakers. And apologies to any of you out there who now have to take your pet psychologist because they've been driven up the walls by the lion roaring. Some people had cats that reacted. Well, much as I don't want to lead him, I guess we're just going to have to. You're going to get cold down here on the river here, little boy. The moon's not going to give you much warmth, it'll give you a lot of light. One of my favorite things to do was go out on full moon after the lodge and all the guests were asleep. I'd go out with the Land Rover and not use light. Go and sit with the cat in the riverbed. Oh, I did it so many times. Do it occasionally if I'm lucky. That lion at home, on the road or on the riverbed. Would love to sit here all night with the cat, just in the moonlight. No light. Okay, let's cross the river and get up onto high ground and see if this moon is coming up. It should be for now. And then we're going to have to say goodbye to all of you. First we say goodbye to him. Bye-bye, Boy King. Thank you for being so kind as to let us see his afternoon. He didn't let us see him this morning, he just got the book. And I lost his name. Okay, those are good questions. Some questions while we're driving through the high ground behind camp. It's going to be dark, you're not going to see much, but still. I'll answer some of the questions that have... Go ahead, Brian. Just at the back there. There's our big moon. bush branches in the distance. Going from away.
Yes, forward.
No, forward it'll be more into the... You mean the ones at the back there? Coming from the left, or these ones? It's not for recording, this is for everybody to see, because it's not going to be very clear to go out as to be recorded for 3D. On the self-timer. Okay, we'll sign off shortly. We're just mesmerized by the moon. Oh, the camera's not getting a good picture. Here he's calling again. A special full moon rising with the sound of a lion roaring. A little bit distant because he's down in the river and there's a lot of vegetation. And I think on that note, we will say enjoy the rest of your weekend, what's left of it, the last little bits of it, and have a good week, everybody. I hope this is a prelude to a good week for us. And we'll see you tomorrow morning, 6:30 Central African time here at Thornybush Private Nature Reserve. My name is Mark. Becky's been on camera, and Brian is in final control. Good night, goodbye, and have a blast for this moon. Have a good one.